I tell you, the story behind this. Mac, the owner of that billboard, says he wants City Hall to kiss his backside.
The message that got the media interested was a play on the MasterCard commercial. It said, Duke Power Bill, $99, electronic message sign, $53,000. The ability to tell City Hall to kiss my big white hairy butt, priceless. Business ownership to me means freedom, not having to answer to anybody else. For people like me that are kind of an asshole, that don't really like to take orders from others, that think they're always right, even when they're wrong, owning your own business is the way to go. You have to earn a living, you have to feed your family, and you have to pay your bills. And you don't want to hate doing that. You have to be able to tolerate doing that. And so I like work to be fun. I'm not trying to get rich doing this. I want to pay my bills, I want to feed my family, and I want to help these folks feed their family. Well, I'm dependent on my city officials to make good decisions on my behalf. The media would have you believe that national politics are the most important thing in our daily lives, and that's just not true. It's our local politicians that really control what happens in our daily lives. I mean, I've had problems with everything from outrageous water bills to control over my freedom of speech on my sign. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's just our city does just the stupidest shit you would ever believe. The city of Winston-Salem has spent all of my tax dollars taking my business away from me, getting all of my customers to go spend their money downtown, their downtown revitalization project, to get businesses to go open up downtown, to get restaurants to go open up downtown, and then to get my customers to go spend their money downtown. It's called death by 1,000 cuts. My business was up here 2006, 2007. My business was awesome. That's when I opened my amusement park behind my restaurant. That's when I spent $50,000 on my sign out there, And then they changed the sign ordinance and didn't let me use my sign that I just paid $50,000 for. People say there's nothing to do in Winston-Salem. I built them a fucking go-kart track, paintball field, video arcade, 2 miniature golf courses, and they fought me the whole fucking way. And this asshole comes along and wants to move a ball field across town. We had a perfectly good ball field, and they bend over and take it up the ass with my tax dollars and rewrite the code so he can put up a sign just like mine.
Has it been worth it to you so far?
Of course not. Yeah, all I've used to do is yell at the city. We didn't get the sign put up until May 2007. The city passed the ordinance saying I couldn't use the sign in July 2007. I went out of business in September 2007. I was out of business before I ever got to use it. I bought it for the park. It's not for the restaurant. $53,000 sign to advertise my pizza place. I never would have done it. I'd much rather have the money. But I do have access to 25,000 cars a day on this road, which is a good thing. If only the city would actually let me talk to them. The city ordinance says the electronic message sign will not show any message that flashes or shows any other graphic but a static message for 8 seconds or continuously scrolls. And I did all the illegal things that I can't do, like I would have it twinkle, or I'd have it turn upside down, or I would have it flip, or I'd have it scroll. And I did all the illegal, anyway, I used my sign illegally for like a minute and a half. And I was daring the city to come write me a ticket is what I was doing. I used it illegally. They need to come write me a ticket or change the law. The way the code was written, it essentially said property that the city owned, those signs could do whatever they wanted. Signs owned by businesses in the general public had to abide by a different set of rules. I said, oh, so that's the way it's going to be, huh? Okay. So then the nasty messages started coming on the sign. That's the way our city treats the small businessman. Even though I went down and argued in front of City Hall with facts and science and studies showing how my sign is not dangerous, their whole argument is that it's dangerous, It's going to kill people. It's a distraction and people are going to die. And they don't have any facts, evidence, or science to back them up. Zero, none. I don't understand what their ulterior motives would be. I mean, they've blown their safety issue out of the water by constructing the scoreboard sign that's completely visible from I-40 and building it right in the I-40 curve, which is the most dangerous part of I-40. I mean, now I've sat in on some zoning meetings, and there's obviously somebody down there that has a problem with these signs because they think they're tacky, or, I've heard people say the Las Vegas effect, Winston-Salem wishes it was Las Vegas, the most popular city, the fastest growing, really, Winston-Salem, Las Vegas. Yeah, good luck with that. Anyway, it's some blue-haired person, with a stick up their butt,
danger to the public safety.
who hates electronic message signs, is what it comes down to, and likes baseball.
Do your pizza customers appreciate the sign?
Oh yeah, they enjoy reading the sign. Yeah, I get lots of positive feedback. I've gotten a couple of negative, but not from customers. Like I'll send out mailers, and people will call and say, I got this thing in the mail and I'll never order from you because your sign says but. I've developed more of a what the fuck attitude the older I get. It's come about more as I've come out as an atheist. I just don't care anymore, I'm just going to say what I'm going to say and let the chips fall where they may. If you don't like it, go eat somewhere else. I really don't give a crap. Me as Jim Moury doing something is one thing. But as the owner of Upper Crust Pizza, I welcome anybody. It is important to separate your opinions from your business. There can definitely be consequences. It's absolutely a free speech issue. Especially if I'm using my sign for political speech. If I'm not using it to sell pizzas, if I'm not using it to sell hamburgers or wings, if I'm talking strictly about politics or religion or the lack of religion or whatever, if I'm not using it to sell pizzas, I'll be able to say any goddamn thing I want to say, and they shouldn't have any right to stop me, because that's what the Constitution says. And I would really like to push that issue right now, but they came and wrote me or gave me a warning a couple of weeks ago, and I'm trying to open a new restaurant down at Ziggy's, and I'm going to bite the bullet and not do anything right now because I want to get my new restaurant going because I need the money. And I hate playing that game, but that's just the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be until things get better, I guess.